One of the evolution. Are we live now? Hi,
Yes,
everybody. Welcome
we're
to
live.
Thursday Night Live with Lisa and Jeff.
Live from New York. It's Thursday night. No, I'm not in New York, neither are you.
Live from New Hampshire and Texas, two of the most rebellious states in the Union.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Oh,
why
I'm
we got
proud
along
of
so
that.
well all this time, is because of that.
I am proud of that. I am
I am
proud of
too.
being a rebellious state.
Absolutely. Texas still, there's always a percentage of Texas that said, okay, we came to the United States by treaty. Let's go back to being our own thing again. It'll never pass because, number one, even if there were enough voters that would do it, which would be pretty close, the national government would have a thing or two to fight us about. But it'd be funny. But anyway, hi there.
I'm, I just made it go public so we could see the comments and everything. There we go. Okay. So, so tell me, what does the number mean
Oh,
on your?
Jeff V 6.4934. Jeff version 6.4934. It is because today on this show, I am 64.934 years old. I'll
Oh,
turn
okay. Because
65
you're
later
not.
this month. I had my first Medicare claim today. I had a prescription to get filled, and I did it on Medicare Part D. For 7+ years, I haven't had normal insurance. When Blue Cross Blue Shield said, "Okay, your premiums to cover you and Laurie are going to be $22,500 this year," I
Right.
said, I won't tell you exactly what I said because I would never say those things in front of our audience. Hey, Teresa. But I went to a health share at that point, and it's worked out great. I've absolutely loved it. I've saved at least $150,000 over these years.
Wow.
And but now I'm on Medicare. It went in effect September 1, although my birthday's later this month. But anyway, I'm Jeff version. Kathy Tajanil, she says she didn't say her age anymore. She says she's version whatever, and I'm Jeff version 6.4934 because I'm almost Jeff version 6.5. So there you so there you go.
Look at Teresa's on, Kim's on, and Maureen's on.
Oh, I
Yay.
love you guys.
Kim and I roomed again in Boston. You remember
Did y'all
Kim
have a good
from?
time there?
Yeah. Oh, Boston. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I haven't
There
seen you.
was I think there was probably 1,500 people.
Oh, that's
Uh
cool.
and of
Hi,
course we
Debbie.
were crazy. We were crazy.
I'm
So
so shocked. Wait a minute. This cannot be true. My partner, my blue-haired partner, did not go crazy at the convention.
well, it's not my fault, it's Pat's fault. Pat Valesky.
Hey, Gene.
No, we stayed at Pat's house the night before, and we were there with Laura and Chuck, and Brooke came, and we were sitting there and everything, and we had fun. So
Yeah.
that was fun. And then the next day we Ubered over to the Weston. So that was fun. And but they had a nice product selection for Christmas, which I'm thrilled about,
Right.
and especially a whole bunch of new jewelry, which I'm thrilled about. I'm wearing one of the new pieces, yeah. But I like doing, yeah, I
Okay,
like
cool.
doing, yeah, I like doing the little reels with the jewelry, and I get customers buying other stuff, but the jewelry is just my thing, so I like,
Yeah.
it's easier.
Very cool.
I like doing that. Do you like you've been seeing the reels I've been putting up?
I have been seeing some of them. I have gotten literally. I've gotten so swamped over the last, oh gosh, 7 months,
Oh,
maybe
awesome.
maybe 9 months. That hey, Laurie, but I the social media time that I've had has been mostly promoting Soulswise Live
Yeah.
and making sure posting some content so that it's out there for people. But oh my gosh, so I haven't paid as much attention as I probably should have. Peg's here, yay, Peg!
Yeah,
Uh,
the reels I made from the convention all went over 1,000 views, which
you
that's unusual.
stud, you.
And one of them was 4,000. So I was
Oh
happy
man,
with
that's
that.
awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, I saw a
Yeah,
couple
and
of them. But,
yeah, I actually made a reel a couple days ago. It actually wasn't necessarily something I was making for everybody. It was kind of a like a love note I was making to Tall, Dark, and Handsome. And I put it up and it did
hey, Barb.
2,000 something.
Oh
So
wow. I'm
yeah,
telling you, the title we talked about
Oh,
something
I can
earlier?
say it. Yeah, I've
Okay.
tried to talk him into doing a podcast with me called Blue Hair and Black Magic.
I think that would go viral, kid. I'm just telling you. I think that would go viral.
Yeah, but anyway, that was funny. We went and did Great Wolf Lodge. And you know what's funny is that was, I don't think I told you this, that was worth every penny we spent doing that because Jaden, his son has autism
Right.
and he doesn't have a lot of emotions.
Hmm.
And I don't think I'd ever seen him laughing until Great Wolf Lodge. And
Oh,
he was going, I know, I know. He was going down the little kiddie slides. He didn't do the big ones. The kiddie slide, it was funny because his head went under and I kind of had to pull him out. And he was laughing.
oh
I
wow.
almost didn't know what to do. It was awesome.
Well, they've got a Great Wolf Lodge in Grapevine, Texas, and my youngest daughter Whitney and her husband and my two of my
Yeah.
grandchildren, they go there sometimes, and they love the place.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, the only drawback is that pool's full of pee. Of
Look, I
course.
used to be a lifeguard in a
Oh,
public
oh,
pool. I'm going to tell you point blank that sometimes there's more than just pee
oh,
in
that
that
is so
pool.
nasty.
That's gross. I
Well, look,
apologize to everyone who just heard that, but it's true. I had to clean the pool.
Barbara's on and Lori. Lori, I saw her in Boston. Jeannie and Deb Matson. And Deb Matson just rejoined my Avon team this week.
Oh,
So, hey,
cool.
Deb, thanks for coming on. But yeah, that's why my hair, yeah, they have a giant dose of chlorine in their pool at Great Wolf Lodge,
Wow.
which is, I'm glad of that myself. But the wave pool he liked even better than the slides. Yeah, the
Oh,
only thing is, I guess I should have thought about this, but
you.
zero fear. He has
Mhm.
zero fear. He dive right in. He'll go out in the deep end. You have to tell him to come up. But he was having a ball. That was worth. And you know what we did? I was trying to think of something special to do for the dad for Ty,
Mhm.
tall, dark, and handsome, right? And right, he'd been talking about this little restaurant, Somerville, Massachusetts, called Mortadella Head. There's
Okay.
Bib. Yeah. Hey, Bib. Uh,
Okay, go ahead. I'm
the,
sorry.
so on
I have to
TikTok,
interrupt. If Bill gets on the show, I have to interrupt. I can't help myself.
so on TikTok, this little restaurant called Mortadella Head in Somerville, Mass. They do it's a pizza shop, so they do pizza and chicken parm sub is what he wanted. So we drove there and got one.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
isn't that nice? That was
You know,
fun.
when we started our friendship, what, 4 years ago now? I don't remember exactly how long ago it was. So I know we met each other when we were friends online, but we really became close friends when we started doing Blue Hair.
Yeah.
And the you know, you always presented yourself as not having this necessary. I mean, you were always a kind person, but you presented yourself to me basically as you could be a butt kicker, and and then now I'm seeing this. Ty has brought this sweet side of you out that I absolutely love.
Don't tell Bib. He don't love it.
Bib said for me to take a drink of that coffee. Hey, Bib, this is one of the evolutions of the show over the last 2 years. I don't even put the coffee in the coffee cup anymore.
Look at he said you ruined my friend.
I did, Bib. I take credit. I mean, blame for that.
Oh yeah. Yes, that is so. Matter of fact, we were talking ahead of time that we were going to say. So I know you originally from the Go Giver Success Alliance with
Yes.
Bob Berg. Now you know Bob Berg because tell that
Oh, well,
one.
yeah, yeah. The how I first met Bob was back in the year January of 2000 in my annual performance review with Aflac. I was a district manager, and I was one of those district managers. I'd make my numbers one year, I'd miss them the next. I wasn't in danger of getting fired, but I wasn't a superstar either. And in January of 2000, the state manager gave me two books, and it changed my career. One was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and everyone in a leadership position needs to have that book. And the second was Endless Referrals by Bob Berg, and I didn't have any clue who Bob was at all. But I began to read both those books. Quite frankly, I devoured them. I tweaked the message, I applied it in my business, and my career really took off. Within 4 years of being a struggling district coordinator, I was a state manager. And so that's how effective that the material was and all that. But anyway, during that time, I was a district 2 more years, and I became a regional manager. And I was speaking to sales schools with Aflac, and I was uh, every month I was going and talking to the new sales school, and I would talk about my story, but I would also mention those books. I was promoting endless referrals like crazy. I get a call one day in my office from my administrator. She buzzed me. I was a regional manager in Plano, Texas. And she said, "You have a phone call." And I said, "Who is it?" She said, "Somebody named Bob Berg." And I thought, okay, one of my buddies is pulling my leg here, that this can't be Bob Berg calling me. Because in my mind, that's like, and Bob did not write the Bible, but I had him pretty high on the pedestal. And so I answered the phone, and Bob has this positive vocal velocity that's just awesome. And he says, "Hi, Jeff, this is Bob Berg." And I said, and I quote, "Sure it is, fella."
Oh, that's pretty good.
Bob said, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Is this really Bob Berg?" He said, "Yeah, it's really Bob Berg." And so I was felt, of course, my foot was so far in my mouth I could taste my knee. But but I told him why I had said that and all that, and it began a friendship. And then as a regional manager, I wasn't necessarily able to help bring him in. He was prospecting for speaking events, but when I became a state manager and he had a connection in Florida too, between the two of us, Bob began to book Aflac events everywhere, and
Oh, that's awesome.
it was the beginning of a very good friendship, and we just kind of it's grown from there. We just would always shoot things back and forth, and
I think it's hilarious because you've known him 20 something years. So have I.
I know.
But we
How did you
never
meet him?
end up running into each other. And it's funny because at first, and I know I've told you this before. At first, I was thinking, what a shame I didn't run into Jeff West earlier because we could have been on book 3 or something, because we seem to have, can create stuff. So, but then after we talked about it, I thought, no, because I wasn't ready and neither were you. So that it just happened when it happened. It was like the locks to make the book come out like that.
Oh, it is. And what's so interesting to me about our story is I didn't look for co-authors before. I was just going to write my own things, and I had kind of pulled back from even writing much more than just small content. And I had decided, okay, I'm going to get back into books. And it was my friendship with Bob that led to my friendship with John David Mann, who has now become just such a huge influence in my life. He's my writing coach, of course, and is a great friend. And that I decided I was going to do the same business model basically as John does, and which was you reach out to co-authors. Actually, John's so big now they reach out to him. He has to turn them
No,
down.
of course they do, right?
Yeah. I was having a discussion with someone in Florida, and I said, "Well, my business model is similar to John David Mann's," and I described it, and he said, "Well, that's exactly what John's business model is. What's the difference?" And I said, "John can charge a lot more than I do."
Right.
My fees aren't where his are. But anyway, but it was that relationship that made me. You were literally the very first person I reached out to about, "Do you want to do a book together?"
Well, and
And
you had been like dropping hints though. When we were on the Go Giver
I had
Success Lines, I think that you had raised your hand a couple different weeks and said something about you were thinking about doing that, and they were
right.
giving you feedback on the idea, I think. So
Yes.
I was sitting up here thinking, if by some weird miracle of fate he asked me, I'm saying yes. I don't even care what the arrangement is because I wanted, well, truthfully, you're high profile cachet. The man about town. I knew it was a good idea to. I mean,
Well, it was good
you.
for me too because I know you always underplay your reach and your influence, but people love you, and a huge number of people follow you because it's you. And so
Oh,
a
thank
lot of
you.
the sales, obviously, that came from Blue Hair. I mean, some might have come from things that I was doing, but most of it came because the people who love you deeply. That's a good thing.
Oh, thank you. And Bibb said the next book we should do is called The Man Village Rules, because he and I talk about that all the time. Although now Ty's in on that. Ty and Bibb are going to get along like gangsters because they both believe in the Man Village Rules. Yes,
I
yes.
wish I lived closer to you guys because I would have an absolute blast around all of that. If y'all ever
I
decide to
think
move to Texas and have a really hot, sweaty summer, let me know. I'll hook you
I 2 words come to mind right away. Bail money. Okay. So but yeah, we were what were we discussing? Oh yeah. Uh the Man Village Rule sounds like a plan. That's
I
Lynn
agree,
Healer.
man.
Hey Lynn.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah.
we got to talk, Bill. We got to talk.
Oh, I know. At Pat's house, we were having a big discussion because Laura was trying to get Chuck to wear, in essence, a fanny pack, which, right, what is it? A merce.
Immerse.
As I said, oh no, and Chuck's like, no, no, that's not happening. And I tried to tell Laura. Laura's like, well, what are they going to carry their stuff around in? And I said, not our problem. That is not our problem. You let men figure that out for themselves. We don't be discussing that.
Well, I will
Because
be
I know
honest with
that's a
you.
violation right there. Man
Well,
Village Rule violation.
it may be a man village rule in some states, but in Texas, I actually have a fanny pack. And if I'm wearing the fanny pack, it's because it's holding my gun.
Now
Down here, they
that
literally have
makes
fanny
sense
packs
to me.
that are ripaways, and if you needed a quick draw holster, it's there, buddy. It's got it. So if you run into someone in Texas who has a fanny pack on, Bib, do not tease them too much. All right, I'm just saying. All right,
Yeah, Bib says no merce.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's funny because when Ty sees somebody out with a merce, he doesn't say anything. He just goes, like, he puts his hands up in disgust, right?
There's got to be some point, Lisa, where we all get together and Laura and I come up, or y'all come somewhere. I got to meet Ty someday. I really do.
Yeah, yeah. That he's been a naughty boy all week long because. Oh, I shouldn't say this. We're live.
I was going to say, does he need disciplining?
That's not. Yeah, well,
You
let's
know how to
just
stop the
say.
argument. We won't go there, but you know how to stop the argument. So.
Oh, yes, I do. Let's just say I had to order a bed frame from Amazon. Let's just. Oh, look at Blushometer. Here you go.
Blushometer, green room, pull back, pull
Lisa's
up.
pull back. Lisa's pull back. Yes. Well, whoops. Right.
Yep.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm going down there tomorrow morning. You know what I end up finding out is I know a lot more about stuff that goes on in New York because he watches the New York news, which means I end up watching it. And you know, a lot of the shows on what Lisa does, you need a spanking.
Maureen, I can't do a show when I'm laughing at what you're doing. I'm not. I can't. I don't multitask.
Oh, Maureen, yes, he does. Oh, so anyway, yeah. Oh, did you see? I don't know if you saw the right the pictures from Boston, but I wore pom poms and
Oh
glasses,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
had my duck beak thing. Yeah, I had fun. One of the ladies though did way better than me. Pam Heller dressed up like Mrs. Albee, who is the first Avon lady. It's like a Victorian dress. She had
Wow.
that get up on. That looked awesome. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pam, I don't know. I know I've interacted with Pam Heller on some of our things, but I have a coaching student now. It's a couple. It's Jen Heller and her husband Mark. And Jen's got a podcast. I wonder if they're related anyway. Of course, there's got to be
Oh,
more than one Heller out there. What the Heller?
right. What the heller? Okay.
I didn't say they were
Right.
all going to be funny.
Yeah, no, the convention was awesome. Oh, there's Kim.
Kim's here. Hey, Kim.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did you see what Bibb just posted? He said,
Yes.
"What's the over/under on Jeff choking before the call's over?" Hang on, Bib. Let me get a sip. Hang on.
Oh, geez. Yes, yes, that's yeah, you the 3 of you, that
Hey,
would be a
Mary.
problem. Bail money, bail money. Oh,
Bib
there's
and I would go out and get in so much trouble, and
yeah.
we would, I would, Bib, I would protect you. I would make
Oh,
sure
that's
you're
my
okay
cousin.
right up until I left your
Hey,
butt in
Dory.
town.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened the,
Hi, Dory.
convention, I don't think anything happened, but,
Well,
you know
that's
what's
boring.
funny?
That's not normal. Wait.
No. No, and you know what I do? I don't know if you do this, but, when I stay at hotels and do all and go to restaurants and stuff, all I can think about is whether they're utilizing their profit margin enough or whatever. Like at Great Wolf Lodge, it was hard to get room service. There's no
Right.
room service. I think that's a missed opportunity, and they're
It
missing some
is.
money. Right. And I think those things when I go to hotels and when I go to restaurants. Do you? Or am I just weird?
I don't think about it that much. You know what you should have done? You should have
What?
got on your phone and did Uber Eats and had them go downstairs and get it and bring it up to the room.
We did do that. That's why I'm saying Great Wolf Lodge is missing a trick because when you're there captive, you should be getting all your food from them because they sell
Yeah.
different kinds of food, but they
Yeah.
didn't make it easy.
Yeah.
They had an app, but they still didn't make it easy.
Well, two
So
quick things. Kim Throckmorton said drinking apple juice again. Yes, Kim, and now no longer. I'm no longer. It's the evolution of the show. I'm no longer putting it in a coffee cup. And then Bib said, "I don't get in trouble. I send others in." Hey, Bib, I know you know this, and we have to put it in the Man Village book of rules that a good friend is somebody who will drive 4 states over and bail your rear end out of jail at 3 a.m. But a great friend is sitting beside you saying, "Damn, that was fun, wasn't
He always sends me that Kevin Hart bit where can I swear? Well, I get, I guess so. The Kevin Hart bit says, when we decided to be best friends, that meant your bullshit is my bullshit. My bullshit is your bullshit.
it?"
He always sends me that. That's funny.
Lynn says we're corrupting Bib.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you say
right.
that like it's a bad thing? What?
I was going to say, no, he's the original troublemaker, Bib is. He's corrupted the rest of us, if anything, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that was funny. Oh, yeah, Kevin Hart, he's fun. I love
Hey, Debbie.
that particular bit. I like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we only got 2 weeks left. You know
We
what I
only have,
wanted to ask you? What was if you can remember back, because now you've done a second book and got
right. And I've
another
got a third one
actually
written.
2
Yeah.
more, right?
Yeah.
And you've done a million interviews past where you left me.
I didn't leave you. I take you with me every time somebody's interviewing me. I talk about said the lady with the blue hair when I talk about
Thank
Streetwise, the sales
you.
wise, and then when the Bill Cates and I are finishing up, I'll talk about. I'll talk. Look, darling,
I'm just poking
you're
you.
part of the family. Anybody looks at me is going to see blue hair and this stuff. So
I'm just poking you. Okay. Right. Oh, right, right. Oh, and see, now I don't even know what I was saying. What? Oh, out of all the interviews that you and I did,
mhm.
I know what my favorite is. What's your favorite?
Oh gosh,
We
we
did
did so many
we did
interviews.
quite a few too. I was
God,
pretty
let me
happy with
think.
that. We could have
Um,
done more, but I think we did all right.
the first thing that comes to mind is probably that network marketing magazine thing, but
No.
because we had some good ones there.
Yeah.
We did
I
so many, sweetie, I can't remember.
my favorite is the one with Robert Noel. And by the way, everyone, if you want to see any of these, said the lady with the blue hair.com goes to the book shuffle card, which if you scroll down has all the interview links. So
Right.
you can find it in there. That Robert Peterson and Noel Peterson interview where you laugh so hard you went right back in the chair. I just thought that was funny.
I'll have to go back and look at that one again. But oh gosh, I love Robert and Noel too. They're sweet people.
Well, and I think it was so early on in the process that when I told stories, you hadn't heard them yet, so you were laughing louder than anybody. And I think that's what made that one more funny to me because you hadn't heard them yet. So
Yeah.
you know what I
Well,
mean?
I retell the one about the first day I met you so many times. Where, matter of fact, I was telling it to somebody today. and where it was talking about where you were explaining your blue hair on our Go Giver Success Alliance call, and you were telling people, says, if you ever want to, I try to tell this story with a New Hampshire accent, which I'm terrible at, but I try anyway. And I say, if you
I don't
ever
have
want
an
to stop,
accent.
no, you don't at all. But if you ever want to stop being so judgmental in your life, dye your hair blue. This is working for me. I can see a lady in the grocery store and think, wow, her skirt is really short and too tight, said the lady with the blue hair. I've told that story, I've been 1,000 times on shows and different places. And it's well, 1,000's probably an exaggeration, but it's been a lot. But it's one
No,
of my
that's
favorite
funny.
things. That's why I said, if when we do a sequel, if we choose to do that, when we do it, we've got to title it, This is Working for Me.
And it's fun. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've told that story too. Oh, Lee Bibb said poking. Wilber is getting better at not being distracted by my comments. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting better at ignoring you. Yeah, that's what you're saying, right? When we have withdrawals after you quit on us, we can play the replays and things.
Peggy, you mentioned that, and I was telling Lisa in the green room, and I've told her before that the fact that we're winding down the show is actually a good thing in many ways. We've done this for 2 years now, and I'm staying so busy. It's there's a lot of things I'm having to deal with. That being said, I'm going to have withdrawals because Lisa's been kind enough that at least once a month I get to take the night off and take care of other things. But I'm going to have withdrawals on this because Lisa and I've kind of been joined at the hip now for what, 3, 4 years or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's been weird, and I'm really, this sounds corny, but thankful that you weren't judgmental in working with me. You know, you
Uh,
could have just said, "Oh yeah, my first book I want to do with the Avon lady" or something like that. You could have though. So I'm a lucky girl that you have an open mind about stuff like that.
let me explain two things to you. I don't think of Avon Lady as being something not to be appealed to.
Right.
You have been amazing with that company. And I may not tell it right, but I tell everybody you're the fifth highest producer in Avon's history because uh, in the
Anybody who was
entire solar system.
yeah.
Did you see Lee's Bibb's comment? Wilbur doesn't quit. She just wore Jeff out, and he's tapping out.
Yeah, that's it. He's tapping out. Oh, that's a good one, Bim. Are there Marie wants to know if there's outtakes from the green room. Oh, that's
Oh,
funny too. And Lori said this has been fun to get to know you, Jeff, and to get to know Lisa. Yeah.
oh,
I
thank you
think
so much,
that's
Lori.
kind of we talked about that, Lori, way at the beginning. My whole, like, if you want to call it a strategy, was I think people are more apt to want to read the book from two people they know a little bit about.
Sure.
So remember at the beginning we were doing like our favorite, what is it, movies and our favorite books and our favorite
Music and all that.
songs. Yeah, I
Well,
gotta
I don't know what my uncle did, but he must have done it right.
and singing,
Enough of that.
singing. Yeah, you sang a
Hey,
bunch of
Ty,
times.
Ty, it's about that gum time. I'm glad you're here.
It's, he's just catching us on the tail end there. Oh yeah, I'm glad he wasn't on earlier when I was saying how naughty he was and broke the bed. Yeah, see, no, Jeff's like, oh
Ty,
no.
Ty, if you were a private individual before, I'm sorry, you may not be quite as private as you used to be. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Ty, special message for Ty. Someday I have got to meet you because I have never seen my blue haired partner laugh and smile so much as she's done over the last year or whatever it's been. And if I'm ever up there, my wife, we've all got to go out to dinner.
Oh, yeah, we could take another run over to Mortadella Head.
That just sounds terrible, but I'm sure it'll be good.
I don't know what that even means, but right. It was a cute little teeny pizza place, and I actually didn't get anything. He gave me the first bite of his sandwich though, so I tasted it. It was really good. But my treat there was they had the 7-Eleven across the way, and I got a Slurpee. Nothing beats a giant cup full of frozen sugar.
Well, I used to work for 7-Eleven when I was in college. One summer, I worked third shift at a 7-Eleven in my hometown in North Georgia, and I'm a hard worker, so they wanted me to go into the management program, but I was going to finish my degree because I was 100% certain I was going to be a teacher. That never happened. but but last week I was there again, third shift. There were two shootouts in town at the other two 7-Elevens. Mine did not have one, and
Whoa.
it wasn't about anything I did, but it scared the crap out of me for that week. Okay, I'm glad this is my last week.
Oh, Lee said they
Yeah,
see now.
that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. He's younger too. I think he might be 50.
Bib, are you
He's
50?
young. He's 10 years younger than Molly. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because he looks like an old guy. He's one of them guys that look like an old guy from when he was 10.
Molly, you cougar, you. I
Yeah,
try to
we
convince
all.
everybody that my wife's a cougar, but since she's younger than me, they're not buying it at all.
Well, I can't believe it. We're done with the first one. We only got two more to go.
I don't want to let go of this.
This has been fun. And everybody, if you get a chance, go on the group and let us know what you liked about like the launch experience. I'm just curious to know. I had never worked on one before, and I haven't been part of other people's ones. So I was wondering what things that you liked the most about it. If you could go on and tell me, that would be awesome.
And by the way, Lisa's not saying anything about it tonight, but I know if you don't have an autographed copy of Said the Lady with the Blue Hair, I've signed some and Lisa has them in her hands and she's going to handwrite notes to you about them. So if you want one, check with her because she can
I've
she,
now
she
got
can
some.
hook you up.
Yeah, I've now got some. I'm selling them in person. Yeah. So
Uh,
awesome. Well, thank you very much, sir, for your time. I always appreciate it.
Likewise, my friend. Guys, we will see you next. We've only got two of these left. So spread the word. Get everybody here because the last one is going to be just nothing but a dadgum party. And I said dadgum tonight. I'll probably say damn party on the last night. But anyway, so
Dadgum. Okay, everybody. Love you. Thank you so
love
much.
you guys. Bye.